Hi, this is John Hart. Welcome back to Hart Talks. Today's topic is Lord of my ring. What is the Lord of your ring? And we're talking about marriage. Why do you want to get married? What is the Lord or the power behind your desire to put that ring on your finger? Is it finance? Wanting to have two people with an income, or that person that makes six figures or better? Is it legal sex in the eyes of you who serve the Lord? You know, you can't have sex outside of marriage in God's eyes. Is it companionship because you're lonely? Is it you need an extra set of hands to help raise your kids? Is it true love? Is it God told love, that God told you to marry that person? Why do you want to be married? We live in a society where everybody, all these dating shows, all these different things, people say they're looking for love. We see all these people saying all these things in all these different shows, but we see the divorce rate is steadily increasing. So are we lying to ourselves and people? Or maybe our formula for coming together is off? Are we going into these relationships with unrealistic expectations? My take on that today is, Lord of your ring, is the meaning or the desire behind the marriage is off in many cases. People want to get married for different reasons. And also, a lot of people are marrying representatives and not meeting the real person, because that person has not come to a place where they're comfortable with themselves enough to be honest with themselves. The only constant equation in all your relationships is you. So you have to go back and look at the different things. For those of you who've dated or been married before, look at all the different things that Sherry said about you, that Lisa said also, that Tammy said also, that Paula said also, or that Steve said and Frank said and Bill said. All these people who don't know each other that have all dated you have said the exact same things about you. Could it be maybe that they're telling the truth and you just don't want to accept that you need to change in that area? The whole point of coming together with a person is to explore the ways that you can help grow each other, nurture each other, become one over time. And the only way you can truly do that is to be willing, open, and honest in the areas that you know you need help in. Where you're strong, they should be, not they should be, but if they're weak, where you're strong, that's a good pull. But if you put two people together who have made up in their mind like dry concrete that they're not going to change, this is just the way I do things, this is how I see things, oh, my mother did it this way, oh, my aunt so-and-so did it that way, my dad did it that way, then you're setting yourself up for failure. It's not going to work. You have to be willing to come into the relationship understanding that there is a give and a take. So what is the Lord of your ring? What is your desire that's pushing you for marriage? Why do you want to be with someone so bad? Or do you really want to be with someone at all and you're allowing other people to push you? Some people get married out of family obligations. My mom wants grandkids, or my grandma says I'm at a certain age now where I should be married, I'm making the family look bad. Many cultures overseas, and here some people here in America think that a woman should be married by a certain age, and if you're not, you're considered an old hag, or such and such and so and so. Or we just, like I said earlier, we want grandkids. Don't allow the pressures of other people to rush you into a commitment that is supposed to be a lifetime decision, and you haven't weighed out everything in that decision to your benefit. Yes, there are going to be things about the person that you do and don't like. And yes, there's going to be things about you, even though we know you're perfect, there's going to be things about you that that person isn't going to like also. So you have to be willing to have a give and a take in this before you get into marriage. And if you're going into it for financial reasons, why not just try to get an extra job or go back to school or change your income some type of way instead of trying to change someone else's life to fit your financial goals? Because when the money thing doesn't work out, now you're stuck with the person and you got to deal with them every day. So we see this in the church, out of the church, in the world, other cultures. This whole pursuit for love, all these dating shows, all these reality shows, They got one guy dating 20 women at one time, or one woman dating 20 guys at a time to see which one she wants. I never really understood that, because who wants to kiss somebody that just saw them kiss 19 other people? Not me. But obviously some people do. They get into that. But are they really dating for marriage, or are they dating for fun? Now, are you taking those things and looking at it as, okay, that's how I'm going to figure out my husband. I'm going to go find 20 guys or 20 girls and set them all down, and I'm going to interview them all and then find a spouse. It's kind of unrealistic, you know. So why do you want to be in a relationship? These are the things that I am making this video for, to sit down and you need to get with a friend or a family member that you know will tell you the truth. So most of the time with us, it's older people, because older people don't have time to lie to you. You find somebody 70, 80, 90 years old, they don't worry about your feelings. They'll just tell you the truth. But if you got a younger friend that'll just be honest with you, sit down with them, be real with yourself. Be willing to find out the areas that you are weak in, and be just completely real with yourself about how can you grow in those areas, and what are you willing and not willing to accept in a marriage before you go and get married. Because once you're in it, you can't expect that person to just accept a person that you never introduced them to. They met your representative. You hid the real you because you were so afraid that they weren't going to like you. But 5 months, 8 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years into the marriage, now the real you just pops out of the closet because you're tired of being an actor or an actress. You're tired of putting on this show. Well, they should just accept me the way I am. They never really met you, so they don't know how you really are. You're dealing with 2 or 3 different people here. Men do it too, so this is not an attack on women. Men do the same thing. We meet you ladies, we go out, we want to buy you this, give you that, give you money for this, oh, tell your mom I got that. And then a few months later, oh man, all she do is ask for money. Well, all you ever do is put money in her face. So you said it was no problem. You just got it like that. So now you're mad because she's asking you for it. Well, you used it to entice her. Old people always say, don't do anything on the first date that you aren't willing to do on the last date. So it goes for ladies and for men. So again, this is John Hart from Heart to Heart Talks. I ask you, please sit down, figure out what is the Lord of your ring. Why do you want to get married so bad? Be real with yourself, be honest with yourself, be happy by yourself, so you can take all of that into your relationship. Thank you for tuning in to Heart Talks. God bless you.